Passage.
Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Education is responsible for ensuring fair and equitable access to courses and opportunities for all students in Nova Scotia. For more than 2 years since we've been here, this government has refused to accept the fact that students from CowBay and Eastern Passage were going to be disadvantaged because the government was going to cancel and did cancel the school bus from our community to get those students to Cole Harbour High School who have to travel out of area to get the courses that they need. To my knowledge, no buses were cancelled in the Liberal HRM constituencies, and the bus count of around 303 buses in HRM has remained the same. My question to the minister is, can the minister tell the students and parents from my constituency why their bus from CowBay to Eastern Passage is the one route that I'm aware of that was cancelled, and when will he see correcting this inequality?
The Honourable Minister of Education.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Neither the Department of Education nor the government decides bus routes. Right now, we've brought that back in-house in the Regional Centre of Education. Those are operational decisions that are made every single year. It did used to be the purview of stock. So I know that there have been some routing changes this year. In this particular case, I can get the details from the region for the member and make sure that she and her community receive them. But I'm sure the region has been proactive in communicating any changes to the community.
The Honourable Member for Cole Harbour Eastern Passage.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This goes back to who's responsible. According to Stock Transportation and Elwyn LaRue, it's you who's responsible, Mr. Speaker.
Order, please. I'd like to remind the Honourable Member not to refer to members directly. The Honourable Member for Cole Harbour Eastern Passage.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to remind the members of this House that it's the Minister of Education who's ultimately responsible for where the buses run. Mr. Speaker, there are no skills trades classes or the International Baccalaureate program offered at Island View High School, so the students who want these courses must travel out of area. There is no public transportation for students living in CowBay, and students living in Eastern Passage have to take a 75-minute bus ride to get to Cole Harbour High School with 3 bus transfers. The result is that the minister has left over 20 hard-working students in my constituency stranded. My question to the Minister of Education is, will he commit to coming out with me next week to take a drive on those buses, which may be inconvenienced because of the strike or the protest going on down by the bridge, which will impact the busing? And will he agree to meet with me next week to talk about a transit solution for the students from my constituency who've been stranded by this minister?
The Honourable Minister of Education.
Mr. Speaker, I'll remind the member that this government built a new school for her community, and perhaps that has impacted some busing routes. Now part of building a new school and part of the delivering of courses is contingent on student enrollment. So of course,
Order, please. The Honourable Minister of Education has the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The member has misrepresented the facts and the process for course delivery and for transportation, so I do want to clarify that for the House and for her community if they're listening. The Regional Centre of Education makes those decisions. The operational folks, it was never in the purview of the school boards either. The operational folks make those decisions. In terms of course availability, that is contingent on student population. Same with transportation, Mr. Speaker. So when you build the new school for community like this government has done for the member, I wonder if she supports that decision or not. Perhaps she can get on the record for it, because she's given me very different opinions when she speaks to me privately, but perhaps we can get her on the record. That impacts the student population and that impacts the delivery of courses, but we will accommodate any students that do want to ensure that they can access courses if they want to transfer.